Luckii with Luckii Sevens Tarot. So today I am super excited to bring this video to you because it's been requested by so many of my subscribers to talk about the male counterparts of the zodiac signs. So here we are. And I'm starting it off by doing Leo men, which, I mean, there's so much to say about Leo men. So I have written down some notes and things that I just don't want to forget, because Leo men encompass a lot of different energy. And so there's some a lot of things that I want to make sure that we touch on in talking about Leo men. And I'm sure if you're a Leo man, you can appreciate that. So we're going to get into this, guys, and please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about the video, anything that you would add or take away. And these messages would apply to any man who is a Leo sun, moon, or rising sign. You could maybe take some things away or add some different things depending on what your other signs are, but for the most part, this encompasses a masculine Leo energy. Okay, so let's get into this. Leos start July 23rd through August 22nd. So if you are born between any of those times, then you are a Leo sun sign, okay? And you might find these messages helpful if you are dating a Leo, interested in a Leo. If you are a Leo, who knows? But Leos are a fixed fire sign, and they are ruled by the sun. And what does that tell us? The sun is the biggest thing in the sky, and everything else gravitates around it, okay? And that tells us so much about what the sign of Leo encompasses, because Leos are such a big, bold personality, and people tend to gravitate to them even when they don't really want the attention. And Leos love attention, but even when they don't want the attention, they still somehow end up getting the attention. Okay, now Leo men are usually very well groomed. They take care of their appearance and the way that, you know, that they look. All right. They're funny. They're jokesters. They can work a room. You know, they can talk to anyone. A Leo man is usually really great at giving advice, not so great at taking the advice or implementing the advice that they're given, or taking the advice that they're giving to other people, but they are great advice givers. Leo men tend to be womanizers, or if they deal with the same sex, they tend to have a lot of options, especially early in life. You know, they run up a tab real quick because they look at whoever they're attracted to. They look at them as sexual conquests, you know, earlier in their life. So as they mature, I think things do change, but sex is very important to a Leo man. Okay, it is top 3 easily. Leo men are very stubborn. They're a fixed sign, guys. They're stubborn as hell. Okay, you are not going to get a Leo man to get off of something that he has his mind set on. I don't care how much you try. You can nag, you can whatever. It's not happening, period. If their mind is made up, it is what it is. I want to say especially earlier in life may be more attracted to like name brand everything, and you know, they take a lot of selfies and stuff like that, which is, it's the selfies for me, guys. If I had to say that there's one thing about a Leo man that will drive me up a wall, it's selfies. I can't do the damn selfies, all right? I love you guys, but stop. Leo men have such a big ego. Oh, it's so big, like the sun, but it's so fragile and easily hurt. And I believe, for me and my experiences, that's the reason why they come across so cocky and so confident, to protect that fragile energy that they really feel. Like they're easily hurt. They get over it quickly. You know, they do tend to get over hurt quickly, but a lot of times, especially if it's relationship pain, like, oh, somebody cheated on them or left them or whatever, that can damage that ego that they have, but they may end up using someone else to get over it. And really all that's doing is putting a band-aid over the bullet wound. Eventually, in some capacity, they're going to have to deal with whatever issues that they have, and hopefully sooner rather than later. But, you know, it is what it is. Leo men do not have any problem speaking their mind. They are extra opinionated. They will create an argument just to see what happens. You know, it's like the puppet master. They just, you know, they'll move pieces just to see how things kind of turn out, and kind of get a good laugh about it as well. Leo men will gossip. They are show-offs, okay? And even the ones that don't consider it gossip, they enjoy a good gossip session. They also tend to choose partners that are a little dramatic like them. They tend to choose partners that show some form of originality like them. They tend to also choose partners that may not necessarily be good for them because they need that level of unpredictability or even some form of drama in their lives to kind of keep it interesting. Leo men are super passionate people, and what's more passionate than makeup sex, you know? So a Leo man might even make an argument with you just to make up. You know, they're good for that. Leo men love public displays of affection. If they're taking you out on a date and you guys haven't been intimate, they're gonna touch you, you know, touch your arm, touch your hand, put their hand on your knee, as long as you give like that okay, if the date is going well. If you guys are together, they're gonna show you off. You know, they're gonna, especially if you aesthetically look good on the outside, like if they find you like absolutely drop dead gorgeous whatever, oh, they're gonna want everyone to know that they got you, you know, that you're with them. So they're gonna take you around their friends, they're gonna take you around their family members or people that are going to give them that kudos, that pat on the back. And believe me, Leos need to feel validated. So they love that ego being stroked, whether it's from friends, family, whomever. So if you're beautiful or attractive, a Leo man is going to want to show you off to people. And you don't have to be like a beauty queen or anything for a Leo man to be attracted to you. Leo men are usually really attracted to intelligent people, people who take care of themselves physically. They don't want to be with someone who is nasty or dirty or doesn't smell good. You know, they just want to be with someone who isn't a slouch. Leo men are very loyal people. Hold up. I know you guys are going to be like, what? Listen, loyalty and fidelity are not the same thing. Leo men are loyal to the people that they love. They are very protective of the people that they love, whether it's family relationships, friendships, romantic relationships. Leo men are loyal to those people. If you need them, they're there. They're never gonna let somebody like talk about you behind your back or, you know, not show up. But if it's in a love relationship, if they're bored, they may go find entertainment somewhere else. If they feel as though they are being neglected, they will go find that attention somewhere else. Leo men are self-absorbed. A lot of times they don't really think about other people's feelings and what other people have going on and how their actions affect other people. They think about themselves first and foremost. Leo men are very creative. Usually They're creative in some form of art or music, and or athletics. Like Leo men are usually either really into sports or just very athletic themselves. Leo men are dominant. They want to dominate in every facet. They want to dominate at work. They want to dominate at home. They want to dominate in the bedroom. They have an innate need within them to be the best of the best of the best of the best. Okay? So you might see a Leo man either pursuing entrepreneurship or some sort of leadership within a company. Leo men always want to be in some form of power. They do well in government, they do well in powerful positions as long as they don't try to exert that bullying sort of energy that they can have. A less mature Leo will sort of be a bully, all right, can be a bully. But a more mature Leo is usually too chill to ever allow himself to get out of pocket, but they still have it in them. It's still there, it's just tamed. Leo men need to be top priority to everyone in their life. They feel like they should be number one priority. Number one priority.
Number one priority. Number one priority.
Period, point blank. But especially in loving relationships. I would encourage you, if you are a spouse of a Leo, to maintain your own life, right? To continue to have your own friendships and your own job and career and all these different facets that make you up. But also make space for him. Let him know his level of importance if you really want to be with him. But they also need that chase, right? They need to know that they don't just got you so easily, because Leo men tend to have no shortage whatsoever of suitors. People gravitate to them even without them really going after it. So with that being said, they don't have to do a lot to get somebody's interest, okay? And that kind of makes them that lazy lion. A lot of times, they just expect it to be given to them, whatever it is. So they like that challenge. You know, remember, one, they're still a man, and two, they still have that predatory energy with the lion. So, and they are a fire sign. You know, they're very passionate people. They want to chase a little bit, but they don't want to chase so much that they run out of breath and get tired. They want the chase and then, you know, come here. I want space and I want attention. It's like spatention or something like that. Like, that is indicative of a Leo all day. You have to give a Leo man his own space to dial down, you know, to come down from being the show, you know, the center of attention and the show for a little bit. Sometimes, especially if they're depressed or sad, they tend to recoil, to pull away from the people in their lives, which I kind of think is everyone that may do that. But Leo men are really hard on themselves, harder than anyone else can ever be on themselves, and they expect a lot of themselves. So if they feel as though they're not where they want to be, they will, you know, there's a possibility for them to go into some form of depression. They don't stay there long, though. They come out of it, but you want to make sure that you're giving them what they think they need in that moment, which usually is some form of spatention. That, hey, honey, how are you? I'm thinking about you. Or, you know, let me make you some food or give you some love, and then go on about your business. You know, let them be. Don't ask too many questions. Don't be too intrusive. Just, they'll come out of it when they come out of it. Leo men are gentle giants. They come across cocky and hard and difficult to deal with sometimes, but they're so kind-hearted. They would give the shirt off their back to someone in need. They're generally not rude people, and they don't like rude people. They're pretty down to earth for the most part, but the cockiness can come when they feel as though someone is trying to play them or be petty with them. Then they can, they'll meet your energy and surpass it. They're gonna tell you what they like. They're not afraid to express themselves. Leo men talk dirty in bed because they're such an expressive sign. So that comes out in the sexual aspect of things. Now let's talk about Leo men as dads, okay? There's two types of situations that happen here that I've witnessed with so many different Leo male energies. When a Leo man is in love with a woman and has children, and when a Leo man is not in love and has children, okay? When a Leo man is in love with a woman and they create a child together, if the child is a girl, the Leo man, you'll see a whole different guy, right? He'll be wrapped, but he will also still be very stern. Leo men are stern parents. They expect a lot from their kids. At the same time, if it's a girl, he's not going to want her wearing makeup, especially too early. He's going to want to keep her a little girl as long as he absolutely can, and that is going to be his baby. Like, can't do any wrong, can ask daddy for anything, that sort of thing. He probably would even have a difficult time raising his voice at her, but together, she would always be like daddy's little girl. Leo men are also very stubborn parents, so they feel like their way or no way. They don't like when their kids start something and don't finish it. They really try to encourage them to go in that direction. Now with boys, they expect so much from their boys because they're men, right? So having a Leo male father, a boy, he's gonna be way harder on the son than he will be on his daughters. He's gonna expect more. The expectation is gonna be higher. That dominance is gonna be there. He may also be very affectionate to his children. He's gonna love on them. He's gonna hug them. He's gonna kiss on them and things like that. And that's part of the way that he shows love. And that's part of the way that Leos receive love as well, too. So many Leo men. So that's the way that they're going to give it. Hugging. You might see him wrestling or playing around with his boys or, things of that magnitude. When a Leo man has a family of his own, he makes a lot of sacrifices for that family. A Leo man may never tell you about necessarily the sacrifices that he makes, but he definitely will go above and beyond for his children, like for his family. Now, when a Leo man has children with a woman that he is not in love with, initially, he may try to make the relationship work for the sake of the child, because Leo men they are hopeless romantics. They have an idea in their mind of what what love is supposed to look like. And I think that they spend so much time going through different spouses or what have you, trying to find that perfect person that fits that vision that they have created in their mind. This is a tough one because I really feel like when a Leo man is not in love with a woman, and then, at first they have this beautiful baby and he's trying to make it work to fit this dynamic of what he thinks a relationship should be in his head, and then it fails. He has to deal with that disappointment, but it doesn't just affect him like any other relationship. He has to deal with the disappointment of failing to create that family life and environment for his child. Okay, so a Leo man may end up distancing themselves from the child, or there may be some sort of space created between them and their children, not because they don't love their children, but because in some way they feel as though they failed them. When a Leo man feels like a failure, he tends to not want to put any energy into the situation or give very, very little. Leo men feeling as though they failed, instead of doing what you think that they would do to kind of meet your standards, right? Or meet you halfway so you could see some effort, they will shut down and not give any effort at all. And a lot of times with Leo men, you'll see them as paycheck dads. You know, dads that are just paying child support and not really seeing their kids a lot. And it doesn't, for them, it doesn't mean that they don't love them. They just don't know how to show up and be present and really there. And they end up having like a lot of regrets later on in life that they missed out on so much of their child's life because they really didn't know how to be present. You know, they felt like a failure, and instead of starting from that point and like doing something, they do nothing, and that ends up being, you know, even worse in the long run. So keep that in mind. They do tend to have a lot of regrets when it comes to their relationships with their children because they started off the wrong way. They started off, you know, just out here sleeping with someone, and then, you know, that person ended up pregnant and they're like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't think that could happen to me. And then it does, and it's like, ugh, you know, it's too late now. And so now they're just dealing with the failure that they're giving, you know, they're bringing this child into the world and not able to give them what they believe their child deserves. And a Leo man would have a lot of difficulty if he does not have a loving connection with the mother of his child. If they are not in love, if that person hurt him like deep to his core, it may translate to his relationship with his kid. And I don't even think that they mean to do that intentionally. I think that's just what happens. Leo men are self-absorbed. So that pain, they internalize it, and it becomes more about them than it is about the kid. And it's not for lack of love. It's just, if it's F me, it's F you type of thing for a lot of Leo men. I mean, Leo men are not the type of man that if you ever thought that you were going to trap him by having a baby, you were wrong. Okay? All you did was create a whole, you know, mountain situation for yourself, because that's not going to get him. And that doesn't get any man, but especially a Leo man. Like, it might get him for a couple months, but eventually he's going to be like, this ain't it. If you guys are, you know, not meant to be, and he never falls in love with you, and, you know, whatever. So they don't have any problem in walking away. But a lot of times they do stay in toxic relationships way longer than they're supposed to. And that could just be that the loyalty that they feel to the person, not wanting to, a lot of times they become prisoners to their own loyalty. And so even though they're unhappy, they'll cheat and have whole side relationships, but still be present and be like, why are you mad that I cheated? Because I'm still here. I'm still with you. You know, I didn't go out and marry that girl or whatever. It was just sex, you know, and that's kind of a huge part of their mentality. And I'm sorry, Leo men, if I'm telling all your secrets, guys. I love you. I promise I do. I think that's it for Leo men. Oh, one last thing. If a Leo man does something, he wants his credit for it. And he's not giving nobody, like, he's not going to let you slide with not giving him the credit that he is due. If he was the first to find out something, even if he did something and it was a team effort, you're going to know the part of it that he did. Okay? So just be aware of that. Make sure that that's one of the ways that they feel appreciated, is that validation. They definitely need that constant validation. I think that makes them feel more important. And so it's important that you give them that. They tend to not be really good with money. Leo men, money burns a hole in their pocket. I think until they reach a mature space. And even then, I mean, they can go through money a lot. They have to really be able to buckle down in order to like save. They like the good life. They like good things. They like nice, shiny, you know, all that glitz and glamour and what have you. So saving money is not high on their priority list. All right. So if you are dating a Leo man and you're really good with finances and, you know, spending money and what have you, make sure you control the checkbook. All right. All right, guys. I hope that was helpful for you. I love you, and I hope you're loving on yourselves. Peace, love, and blessings to you always. Bye-bye.